That's a tricky question.
Okay.
Not really tricky, but it's I don't have a typical answer.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Pillow Talk. My name's Dave, and welcome to Mumongu Gaming, along with obviously Mr. Pillow over here. Yes, yes. Hello, you. Okay. And also, my guest this week is Mac. And would you like to say hi, Mac?
Hi, Mac.
Mac's my guest this week, and he's a great friend. I've got to know him through obviously playing games and stuff like that. So Mac's a little bit different to your normal people I have on, because most people that I have on are gamers. We are going to be playing a game of Overwatch, as you can see, but he is more of a designer and stuff like that. So I'm going to open the floor to you, Mac, and if you want to tell people more about your channel or anything else regarding social media and stuff that they want to get in touch with you about, now's the chance to do it.
Okay. Well, I am a partnered streamer on Twitch. I was partnered through a company that was able to look at me and believe in me, which was really cool. So I'm working with them. I'm doing a lot of stuff in esports community now. A lot with like Clash Royale and Vainglory. So it's not necessarily stuff that I'm super interested in, but
Yeah.
it's a inlet to doing the things that I love to do for a living. So it makes it really fun for me to basically just be around and be a part of the gaming community and be a part of the people that I love being around, and still able to do the things that I love to do for a living. So I'm able to support my son and pay my rent and do everything, which is really nice. So yeah, I have like Twitter and whatever.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I'll put all the links down below in the description so that people can get in touch with you anyway, sort of thing. But like I said, I mean, you do obviously, we do play games together and stuff like that. I'm not saying you're not a gamer. I mean, what I mean is obviously you.
Oh, I don't profess to be a gamer. I mean, you're not gonna offend me like at all. Like
Yeah,
if you come to my stream and we'll play games and stuff, we'll just
yeah.
mess around, which I'm totally fine with. But I find that I have more viewers or people just staying around hanging out when I'm creating things,
Yeah.
when I'm being creative and
When
using my
it's
mind
yeah.
to,
When you
you
on
know,
Photoshop, Premiere Pro, things like that. That's the
right,
main
right,
things that
things
you
that are like, people pay me to make intros and stuff for them, and it's
Yeah.
like, all right, like, okay, all right, I'm
Yeah.
just doing the same thing that I've done for years, and
Yeah.
people are seeing it and they like what I'm doing, and
Actually,
it
so.
makes it really nice. There are two McCrees over here.
Ah,
Look
okay.
at you, look at you. So I mean, it's fun. It's just it's a different type of environment with my channel. I feel like I'm really relaxed, and I was just killed by McCree. I don't typically play video games because I get a little bit of the salty kind.
Yeah.
So,
Just a little bit,
just a little bit of the
just a
salty
little
kind.
bit, what I
But
mean? Yeah, no, I
yeah,
mean, we
usually
have
it's
a lot
just
of
fun.
fun,
We just
you know what I
laugh.
mean?
Yeah.
And we're obviously playing Overwatch. Mac, how have you? I mean, it's pretty. I would say it's pretty obvious, but I've been stumped before by people's answers to this one. How did you come up with the name MacPherson Designs?
Um, well, my last name is MacPherson,
Right.
and so I designed things, and it just kind of made sense, I guess.
Yeah. I thought it might have been, but
MacPherson Design, like with a singular design, is taken by somebody else. So,
right.
I for a long time, I went as Aflex Productions. My buddy from church I used to go to nicknamed me Aflex.
Right.
They like every time they would see me in the hallways, they would flex, which is not something I've ever told anybody on Twitch, but there it is.
Okay, it's out there now.
So yeah, it's just there,
Okay.
But
It's surprising how this sort of say it was a podcast type thing happens. People suddenly start saying stuff that they might not have said before, and it's quite funny how
right.
it sort of brings that out of people. Because I've had other people on before, and they've said, I've never told anyone that before. Why is that?
Why am I saying it now?
Yeah, it's what are you doing to me, Dave? You know what I mean? It's
yeah, I mean it's fun. I went as Aflex Productions for a long time. I've had several different renditions of my website, and the first thing I ever designed well, the first website or whatever I've ever designed was for my grandmother who passed away, or was very sick at the time, but she's since then passed away. You know, so that was like my outlet into design. Is my grandfather. Actually, it was my dad. My dad's all at fault for it.
Right.
I don't know if anybody listening ever used MySpace back in the day, or Zanga, if you even know what Zanga is.
Right.
You know, but it's like a blog site, and they allowed you to custom code themes for it. And so I learned how to I learned how to
shit.
Yeah, well, you know, it's freaking Reaper. Anyway, I learned how to code websites from making overlays for people in Zanga. So in MySpace. So like one time when the first iPhone came out, and it was like all the rage. I had a friend that like wanted an overlay that looked like an iPhone. So I made all the icons work. You know, all the photos went to his photos, and you know, typical stuff that would, you know, make sense on the kid browser. Went to google.com or whatever. So it just made sense at the time.
Yeah.
Dang, that was play the match.
Yeah, I couldn't get beyond the world, damn it.
I just wasn't even paying attention. I was trying to ult right in the middle of her ult.
Oh,
So, you know, it's all right. It happens. But you know, that was where my start was. Is, you know, websites and.
Yeah. Is like design always been like there from day one? Like, you know, from when you can recall back, you can remember, like, or.
I don't know if design has always been a part of it, but computers or technology has been.
Yeah.
My dad was born blind, and so I was never really able to get into sports, or like I just didn't, because I wasn't around it. You know what I mean? Like, it was never a huge part of who I was as a kid. So I just had a different upbringing than most little boys do. You know?
Yeah.
Where. It's not a bad thing. It's just different, you know. Like my dad, even though he was blind, I'm probably gonna talk about my dad a lot because he was my best friend. But he like, even though he was blind, our neighbor like bought a basketball hoop, and then they asked him what he wanted to do with it, like if he wanted to play, and he said, as long as you can get one with a glow in the dark backboard, then yeah, we'll use it. You know, I'll buy it with you. You know, like we'll split it 50-50, whatever. And so he bought a basketball hoop and a glow-in-the-dark ball just so he can play with me and my sister, like at night. Cool. Like just so, you know, it's like, what person do you know that does that? You know.
Wow.
So obviously a father for his kids. You know.
Yeah.
Any good intentioned father would do that. You know, but I would think so anyway. But. Yeah. You know, it's just.
This is it. People are different, aren't they? So it's like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, like,
like he owned a travel agency. That's the whole reason I went into that, is because he owned a travel agency, and so since I was a little kid, I've always been around computers. You know, because he worked out of our basement, and he had multiple computers, and he let me go down there. I played Lemmings, which came out when I was like 6 or 5 or 6. Actually, it's a really old game, so I don't remember. But it might have been out before me. But he had like these little shitty games that you could play off of a floppy disk, and just let me play them on his computers for work. You know, it was like the little things like that made a huge difference. And then he's the one that always pushed me. One thing that I don't know if you even know is I'm colorblind.
Yeah, yeah, you said it. Yeah, you have mentioned it.
But he saw color very well, like very, very well. And so he would like not necessarily criticize, but like help me figure out some of that stuff. Like if I design, and there was one time I was making a commercial for this program thing that was going on for Noah and the Ark, and I made the water purple instead of blue. So and he was the one that pointed it out. I sent it to him as like, hey, look what I made today.
Yeah.
And he loved it. And after being approved by several people in the church that I was working for, he's the one that said, hey, the water's blue. You should probably get that fixed. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, how did nobody else catch it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's just been interesting.
Oh, okay. Due to her and a little blowing up thing, but yeah. Oh, this was definitely playing the game.
They're all cheating.
But I just couldn't get behind the wall in time.
They're hacking.
Oh,
they're all hacking.
So, yeah.
See, there's my wolves. Double dicks.
What would you? Oh, I'm there. Look at that, 29 eliminations.
Look at you. 26. Oh yeah, 29 total. Yeah.
But what game over the next sort of like year and then going into next year are you actually like looking forward to playing? Is there any games that you are looking forward to playing at all?
I would have to say that I'm pretty excited for the Legion launch, which is in 2 weeks from when this episode actually goes on your YouTube.
30th.
So like a week and a half, whatever it is.
Like that,
I'm pretty excited about Legion. I played the Draenor expansion like slightly for launch, and I was really disappointed. So I'm hoping that this one's a little better. They've been hyping it up for so long though, so I don't know how well it'll pan out. And hopefully they've learned from their mistakes and didn't make the spawn zone like they did with Draenor. I remember Draenor launch, I was sitting in the same place for 3 hours because I couldn't click on the magnifying glass because everybody in their damn mammoth mounts were standing on top of it.
Right.
So you literally couldn't get to it, you couldn't see it because they were all standing there, and it's it was like the most annoying thing ever. So if they moved, you had to like go for it, and there were hundreds of people standing right there. So, it was like a big pain.
Yeah, I suppose that is the downside of it, isn't it? Like,
so hopefully they've learned.
Trying to get a drink at the bar, isn't it? Like everyone's.
It's like at a packed bar. Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And then you're like yelling, and they're right next to you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh man. Are you sort of a single player or multiplayer type of? What would you prefer? Do you prefer just sort of going around by yourself, or do you like the the multiplayer sort of aspect of what we're doing, like sort of now maybe?
That's a tricky question. Not really tricky, but it's I don't have a typical answer.
Okay.
If I'm gonna play single player, I prefer to play something where I can create stuff.
Okay.
So like Minecraft or something where, I don't have to worry about being attacked or all that stuff, because I play Minecraft on peaceful and creative mode. Like, it's just easy, like I don't have to worry about mobs or anything. If I'm going to play a game with other people, I prefer to play multiplayer, obviously. Like I'll play this all day as long as I have something else or somebody else to play with.
Right, okay.
So it's just by myself, I don't like doing very much. I don't really even play WoW by myself. I don't play Diablo by myself or anything.
Right.
And they're games that would be typically very easy to.
How do you think VR is going to incorporate design? Do you think it would just be games? Do you think that they'll bring up something that perhaps is handy, for doing design work, like in like virtual reality? Do you think that's something that might happen?
I don't know. I know that they're like the kind of rise of the 360 videos on YouTube. So it's like a simulated VR. I know that that's been kind of popular. I actually know a few people that have made some of those types of videos.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I guess gaming it would be pretty useful to kind of throw yourself into the environment. I don't know how it would be practical for something like a movie or graphics or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand how that would really play into it as much. For cinema, I guess maybe if it's kind of like a Howard Henry, whatever, the Hardcore Henry movie that came out. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but it's kind of like a first-person movie,
right.
Like where you are Henry like the entire time. So in that aspect, if it's like a first-person type film, I could see it being pretty fun or useful, just because of how it's shot. Like it was shot with that purpose. Like you are Henry. So if you can look around and you can see yourself, and it's not the way it was filmed, but they just, have cameras all over some guy that's walking around town and doing all these tricks and shit. Throw him into a scene, and then you can actually put on a headset and look around, and you're part of the movie and you are the movie. Like that would be really cool. but I don't know how practical it would be. You know,
Would you think?
I don't know.
What do you think about
Go ahead.
maybe VR Minecraft?
I don't know. It might be cool. Seeing as I just do kind of the creative stuff, I'm trying to learn like how to actually play. So like, it's kind of difficult when the person that's, you know, showing you is a complete shit dealer. And sorry, that was an evil breed comment joke thing. Well, he's been playing with me because I have that Minecraft server.
Yeah.
And so he's been showing me how to actually play and do things the right way.
The stuff he does on that is just.
Oh, it's crazy! I mean, the
over
dude
my
is
head.
ridiculous. He's really good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Really good at some of the stuff.
And so, it's been interesting because he just flies through it, and I'm like sitting here actually trying to learn how to do it. And it's like not lucrative to learn how to play on a server. I mean, really. I mean, unless we build separate zones, which I really don't want to, because I'd rather just build with him, because I make it look fun, and then he just adds all the functionality and, you know, like puts things where they need to go.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You know, like we just kind of work well together, and it's great. I hate Diva and May. Fuck May. She's not even in this game.
She's in. She is in.
She is?
May's in, yeah.
I haven't seen
in the
her
middle
yet.
of like shooting her right now, like she's on the stairs across the way there.
Look at you, Bastion.
Yeah, I gotta hate this level. I just get sick.
Come on, Torbjorn. Oh, turret killed me. Well, you know. But yeah, I don't know how it would apply for Minecraft. I mean, it'd be fun if you're doing survival, but if you're playing just creative, not really, because you're kind of concentrated on the block that's right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like again, I don't know how it would be applied to make sense.
I think we're all questioned out. You know what I mean? It's a real pleasure having you on. It's been I've been trying to get you on for a while. I've been trying to get quite on for a while, but you know, I understand that people.
I'm glad I could make it happen. You know,
are busy and stuff like that. So I totally and utterly get that. Like, you know, but yeah, I mean, all the links and stuff to Mac, you know, are down below. But you know, when he does stream and stuff like that, check him out. He's an amazing designer, an amazing person as well, and he really does like make you feel welcome. You know, as well as not just being very talented at the same time. You know, just go ahead, check it out, guys, and you will not be disappointed. And if he can help you in any way, he will obviously try and do that for you as well, sort of thing. So thanks very much, Mac, for being on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No problem. And this is us signing off, as it were. So yeah, take it easy, everyone. Massive hugs from me. Go ahead, like, share and subscribe as always, and go check Mac out. His links are obviously, like I said, just down below. Massive hugs again from Mr. Pillow as well, like, sort of thing. And like I say, guys, you know, this has been an awesome episode of Pillow Talk. I will catch you all guys next time. Dave from Mumongu Gaming signing off. Cheers.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.